Bakuto's gaze immediately landed on Oikawa's face. His eyes puffy from crying. Kuroo let go of Oikawa, completely backed away. Bakuto's look of surprise turned into anger. Why'd you make Oikawa cry? Angry face. Kuroo stood there for a second before bursting into a laughing fit. This isn't funny. You don't make friends cry. Angry face. Bakuto-kun, it's okay. Kuroo wasn't the one to make me cry. He wasn't? No. In fact, he was comforting me. Smiling face with smiling eyes and rosy cheeks. Oh, okay. Smiling face. Was that the only thing you thought was happening? Face with tears of joy. What do you mean? I'm only wearing a towel and I was on top of Kawa. Doesn't that look suspicious to you at all? Why would it? Wahahaha. Confused face. Leave him alone, Ku-chan. He's too innocent to understand. Kuroo wiped away the tears that were forming from him, laughing so much. He's a baby. I'm not a baby. Angry face. I'll have to agree with Ku-chan on this one. Confused face. Well, what did you guys do while I was gone? Bakuto had fallen asleep while the three of them were watching movies. Kuroo poked Bakuto's face and laughed softly when Bakuto snored loudly. This is why it's so hard sleeping in the same room as you both. What do you mean? You guys snore so loud. Oikawa yell whispered. Confused face. I don't snore. Oikawa chuckled. Yes you do. No I don't. You do. You're lying. I'm not, I swear. Kuroo looks into Oikawa's eyes questioningly. Do I really? Confused face. Yeah, you do. Face with tears of joy. Shit. I never knew that. No one ever told you? No, never. I could have sworn I never snored before. Well, you do now. How well you talk in your sleep. Smirking face. I do not. Yeah you do. You're just saying that because you didn't know you snored in your sleep. I'm being serious. You talk in your sleep. Face with tears of joy. What do I say? You're always saying stuff like take me with you or aliens are real. Oikawa rolled his eyes. You're such a liar. Heh. Nah, but for real you do sleep talk. I never really catch the words. You're always mumbling. Seriously? Yup. Wow, guess we both learned something new about ourselves we didn't know yesterday. Smiling face. Guess so. They fell into a comfortable silence for a few minutes until Kuroo spoke up. So, are we gonna talk about what happened? Do you really want to listen to my sob story? Of course, as long as you can listen to mine. Oikawa hands his phone over to Kuroo. Open up my messages with Iwacha Iwaizumi. After a minute of looking over the messages, Kuroo let out a sigh. What an asshole. Yeah. Kuroo turned fully to look at Oikawa, eyes piercing. Listen, if he doesn't appreciate and recognize the perfect god that you are, then he doesn't deserve you. Oikawa flushed red by the sudden compliment. Thanks. No problem. Geez, people these days just don't see the goldmine that is right in front of them sometimes. You could say that again. So, what about you? Nothing really. The guy I used to love is now dating someone else. What can you do? Am I right? Well, at least the guy you used to love isn't some prick. I don't know who has it worse, you or me. Man, our love lives are a mess. You're using pretense words instead of present words. Does that mean you're over Kenma? Not really, but surprisingly it's been a whole lot easier seeing him with Hinata when you're around. Kuroo smirked playfully. I'm glad I'm somewhat useful. Kuroo's smirk turned into a frown. Don't be like that. You are a very valuable person, so don't beat yourself up. How about this? Kuroo lifted up his hand and extended his pinky finger. Let's promise to help each other through this rough patch in our lives. To help one another through this heartbreak. How does that sound? Oikawa smiled warmly, making Kuroo's stomach fill with butterflies. Oikawa raised his hand up and hooked his pinky finger with Kuroo's. Sounds good to me. And, even though it was just a childish pinky promise, it was something the both of them leaned on for support. The following months was a lot less harder when they knew someone had their back. Someone they could open up to about how they felt. Someone who shared the same pain as them. Someone who would listen, really listen. Gradually, without realizing it, they started to grow feelings for each other. That sense of familiarity and comfort helped heal their wounds, and soon enough they weren't just hanging out with each other to mend their heartbreak. It was to fill the empty spot in their hearts. One that they were both happy to fill if it was with one another. It took them a whole year to actually put a label to their relationship, but when they finally announced they were going out, Bakuto was over the moon. He was so glad that his best friends weren't sad anymore and that they were happy. Oikawa, Kuroo, and Bakuto all went to the same college. It was an all-time high in all of their lives. Oikawa and Kuroo were finally happy. Finally free from their pain. Finally able to love a person who loved them back equally the same. They had found that special someone who would make their day less shitty by just smiling at them. They found one another. Fin.